I'm Prashant. This series is created to welcome you into the world of some really amazing, inspiring women. Watch exclusively with me on this show, The Pretty Pep Talk with Prashant. Hello, welcome to the series, The Pretty Pep Talk with Prashant Patil. And today I am with this very, very graceful lady, Ashwina Vakil. Ashwina, you still look beautiful.
Thank you.
Yes, and graceful too. So Ashwina is into journalism for last 25 or more than that, right? And she was an editor for Society magazine also, Magna publication, a very famous, popular magazine. And one of the most composed person I have met in my life. What is the secret of your composure, Ashwina?
There's no secret. I've always been like this, very laid back. And I think sort of detached, so that allows me to just...
Oh, lovely. So that's a wonderful quality.
Is it?
Yeah. So
to be detached, I don't think so. A lot of people find me too aloof and too sort of...
Loner?
Not loner.
No, you're not loner.
But
so
I tend to live in my own world, so I think that helps when you don't get too involved in other people's...
So are you attached to your husband or not?
Yeah, he doesn't see any calm sides of me.
No?
No.
Oh, so,
Ask him.
So what side he sees you? Like in what way? Like how different you are with him?
I think all of us show different things to different people.
Right.
So what you're at home is not necessarily what you're outside. And invariably the poor person in the house gets the brunt of all your trying to be cool and calm outside. But no, I'm largely quite cool in the house also. Just occasionally I sort of lose it.
Right. That's what I have seen in you, and I love this quality of you. Like you're always very calm and composed, and always being in this situation, you are still very controlled, and everything is in your control. I have never seen you getting angry also in my life. I don't think so. You get upset or angry very easily.
I do. It's not anger. It's often irritation at little small things.
Small things.
Largely related to work and things like that.
Right.
But other things don't anger me in that sense. And if you speak to people who worked with me, they'll tell you what the giveaway is. When Ashwina's angry, her ears go red.
Oh.
So I never showed it except for my ears going red.
Okay, that's very interesting. Yeah. So Ashwina, after Society, what you have been doing?
What have I been doing? That is for the last many years. I gave up mainstream journalism to start working at my own pace, doing what I want.
Right.
So over the years I've been doing freelance writing and journalism, writing and editing of various sorts.
Okay.
We used to have a neighborhood newspaper for very long. I've done work for design companies, ad agencies, corporates, all kinds of different work that required editing or writing skills, as long as it was not technical. And it's been fun working at my own pace. There are deadlines, there are never no deadlines, but it's very different from mainstream journalism and Society for sure.
Right.
No chasing celebrities.
Yeah, so celebrities, which was the best interview you had with one of these celebrities? Anything you can recall or anything interesting about them?
It's a very artificial world.
Is it?
Yeah. And I'll tell you the most interesting, the most memorable interview I can remember from that time is with an elderly gentleman called B.K. Birla.
Yes, of course.
Huh? His was the most real interview that I did during those days. All the younger celebrities and all the fashion and the glamour and all, it was very, very artificial. So I don't know what I was doing in Society magazine. It's just not me. I was just probably at the wrong place at the wrong time, and the former editor moved on, and I was there, and I was put into her place.
Right.
And you know me,
Yeah.
I'm not that kind of party person, hankering after celebrities and things like that. So for me, that part of Society, I didn't enjoy at all. The going to the parties and running after them for interviews and sort of hanging on to their every word. What I enjoyed was coming back. What I enjoyed was coming back to the office and actually writing the article or the production of the magazine. That was nice.
Right.
But how long can you do? So I gave up and I decided I want to opt out of the rat race, do what I want to do, when I want to do it. And that's what I've been doing for the last 24 years, I think now.
Okay, so you have been interviewing all these celebrities also, and you said it's a very artificial fake life.
Very artificial.
Very artificial.
Yeah.
So why they are so artificial about it? What is just the image they want to project, and that's why they do this?
Largely. And see, 25 years ago, it wasn't as bad as it is now.
Right.
Now we make celebrities out of anyone and everyone.
Right, true.
In those days also, it was getting there.
True.
You know, when you ran out of celebrities to write about or talk about, you had to create new ones. So it was, for those behind the scenes who knew what was going on, it was really stupid. It was very artificial. I mean, 1 minute wonders became celebrities because we splashed them on magazine covers. They were all over the place. There was no social media then,
Right.
but the feature papers had just made an appearance. So things like Pune Times, Bombay Times, they needed things to fill up pages.
Right, true.
So anyone who came to a party suddenly became a celebrity, page 3. I don't know if you remember, there was a movie called Page 3.
Yes, absolutely. Made
Was
by
it?
Madhur Bhandarkar.
Yeah, was it
right.
called Page 3?
Page 3, yes.
It was so true to what actually happened.
True.
This is exactly what happened, at least in the world that Bombay was in those days.
Right, true.
Now with social media and all, it's completely different. Everyone is a celebrity because anyone can make themselves a celebrity. So
True.
they don't need to rely on
so
the press to do it.
Absolutely. So talent or no talent, but you
Yeah.
can become a celebrity.
Yeah, you just need to put yourself out there. And everyone puts themselves out there. So
True. So if not journalism, then what? What you would have done in your life?
wow. I don't know. When I finished college, I thought the only thing that I could really do with any measure of competence was writing. So though I studied commerce in college, I went on to study journalism. And when I went for my interview, they said, but you've done commerce, and if you get a bank job, what will you do? And I was horrified. I said, I would never go anywhere near a bank job. But in those days, what were the options?
Right.
You did arts, or you did commerce, or you did science.
Absolutely.
So those who didn't want to do science did arts. And those who were a little more adventurous did commerce. But it was just herd mentality. You know, everyone is doing it, so let's do it. I don't remember a thing of those 5 years. What I learned, nothing.
You never went into writing books, or you never thought of writing a fiction, a novel, or a
No.
story, or something?
I don't have a story in me the way everyone says they have stories in them.
Yeah.
I never had it. I prefer to edit other people's writing.
Okay.
Yeah. And I've done books in the background. See, I'm a very behind the scenes person.
Right.
I don't like to be out there doing anything. I'm always behind the scenes,
True.
holding up lights for photographers and editing other people's work. And I don't want to be out there. I'm happy in my space. And
So-
really, I had nothing to say. So what do I write?
So tell me, if you would have to write an autobiography, okay? What would be the title of your own book?
Live and
No.
let live.
Live and let live. Okay, that's beautiful. So that's your life.
Yes.
Life funda. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Live
Yeah.
and let live. Oh, that's beautiful. So how important is money? If you have to tell somebody, how important is money in your life, and what you can do with money, and how much money is enough? So what would be your advice?
You can't generalize. What's okay for me, what's enough for me is, fiddlesticks for someone else. But I think you need enough money just to be comfortable in your own space, to not want for the basics. And, unless, see people like me, both my husband and I live a very minimalistic lifestyle. So we don't hanker for things. Things are not important. We don't want a bigger car or a bigger house or a bigger phone or a better phone or anything. So we're happy. That is why we consciously opted out of the rat race. The idea was not to stay there and make more money. The idea was to just sit back, do what you want, be happy with what you have. which doesn't work for everyone.
Right.
I know that not many people understand the way we live, for instance, or the kind of things we do or don't do.
Right.
But that may not work for everyone. For a lot of people, money equals security. But what is security? It's a very,
It's a fickle word. It's a fickle.
yeah.
Yeah.
Again, it can mean different things
Different.
to different people, and who knows what's going to happen tomorrow.
Right.
So what are we sort of worrying about?
True.
You know, like they say, you work yourself to the bone trying to make money, and you may not live to enjoy that money. So just be happy with what you have now, enjoy what you're doing. I don't know. Money has never played a very big role in my life, as you can tell from the choices that I've made.
True.
Or I would have stayed on in Bombay and probably moved on to a better paying job. I mean, Bombay is where the money is.
Yeah, true.
In fact, when I left society, people were quite aghast that how can you give up a job like that?
Yeah.
Not that it was very well paying, but it had that image.
Right.
But that wasn't for me. So there are youngsters. People want it. See, there's a lot out there just now. So people want everything as fast as they can, because they're exposed to so much. They see other people with a lot more than they have, enjoying probably a lot more material things. And you can get swayed at a young age, unless you've come from a very grounded family, unless you are a little more mature than your peers. But I don't think it's for any of us to tell anyone else
Okay, so
what is enough for them.
right. So as an individual, one has to decide what.
One has to decide what is enough for you and how much are you willing to do to get there.
Right.
If you're happy with what you have, I'm not saying you should be complacent.
Yeah.
Yeah, do what makes you happy. It should pay you well. You have to survive in this world. But don't make that the cornerstone of your life, you know, that, oh God, I need to make this much money before I'm 30. I need to have this much money before I'm 40.
Yeah, and I think that's the pressure the youngsters have today, and that's what killing them. I think they're all running after money and they want to earn more,
Yeah.
and in that rat race, they are also getting frustrated and they're not happy and they're not content. So finally, it's affecting their health and the body and the mind and everything.
But you know, strangely, I've also come across a lot of youngsters who have come to a realization that there's more to life than what they've been told. And they're consciously opting out of high-paying jobs, going in to do, you know, work with disadvantaged people, working with NGOs, working with, you know, startups that are coming out with things that will make a difference in the lives of people. So there's hope.
Yes, we all live in hope, obviously.
Yeah. So you can't generalize. Everyone has their own path to follow, to create. Everyone has their own life to create, set their own goals, achieve them if they want, don't achieve them. But you can't tell somebody that these are the goals, these are this is what you should achieve, this is how much money you should make. It's all a very, very individual choice.
Right,
And I think it's wrong for anyone else to even expect. A lot of parents do that. They have such high expectations of their children, that this is what you must achieve, and you know, if you're not earning this much money by 30, you're a failure. That's wrong. Everyone has their own timetable.
Right, absolutely. So, but you know, Ash, people are constantly, not only your parents, but people are judging you.
Yeah.
From outside world, they're judging you and how much you're earning and what are you doing and what. So there are questions, and that is pressurizing the youngsters, I feel.
That's true.
They are not letting them be themselves, and whether you were earning whatever amount at 30, but the next person would be earning something else, but he might be happy. And he might be very content in his life. Yeah. But they're putting these thoughts in his head, no, you're not successful. So it's a very complex situation for them, I think, nowadays.
It is. There are some who are more mature than the others, who understand that, you know, they don't have to live by society's rules, they can make their own rules. Right. But there are others who get very pressured, and peer pressure can be crippling.
True. So I think every individual has to decide, and people should let them just decide on their own what they're looking for in life. Yeah. Not going after certain rules.
Exactly.
Right. So, okay. So, see, we all in this world live on this one word, which is love. right? Because we are all connected to each other through love. So what do you feel? Have you discovered the meaning of love?
I don't know. Again, it's a very subjective thing. It means different things to different people. And it's a feeling that has a different, this thing with different kinds of people, I mean, in your life.
Right.
You may love a lot of people in your life, but it'll be a different kind of love. But unfortunately, we tend to label it. The minute you say, I love you, or, somebody's expressing love for each other, it comes with a whole lot of baggage. Because I love you, you must do this for me. Because I love you, you have this, you have all those expectations of another person because you love them.
True.
I think that should not be there. Love should be, it's all about you, not about the other person. You shouldn't expect the other person to behave in a certain way, to do certain things for you. If you love someone, it's an emotion, it's a feeling that they engender in you. And I think that should be enough. It shouldn't come with all the baggage that it comes with. Unfortunately, it does. It's like, I love you, so you must love me in return, you must do this for me in return. You have all these expectations of the other person, which invariably are going to bring you a lot of pain. If you just love for the sake of loving, because that person engenders that feeling in you, you feel nice with them, you feel that sort of, I can't explain it.
Yeah, but you said it very beautifully. You put it like, okay, if you love somebody, then you love. That's all.
Exactly.
That's all. So Ashwina, tell me, what do you feel? Is marriage important? Because nowadays, people have stopped believing in this institution called marriage, and they say marriage is not important. Love is important, and we can stay like that, and we can be together. That's important. So how do you put this?
See, again, people don't understand what the meaning of marriage. I mean, they do understand, but they have different understandings of what marriage is.
Yeah.
For some people, marriage is all about the actual wedding and the big
fat wedding.
The big fat Indian wedding and all that.
True.
And then they forget about the actual marriage that
Yes. So what's that? What's that for you?
So what's that? That is living up to or trying to outdo society's expectations. What is going? Society says you must get married like this, you must have this lavish wedding, you must do this, you must do that. But society doesn't tell you what happens after that.
Right.
The real marriage is after the honeymoon is over, what happens then? And not many are willing to put that commitment into a relationship. That, okay, we've got married, it's for better or for worse. You have to go through with, okay. I don't know if we're talking about the same things. You're talking about whether people should get married or not get married.
Because people have stopped believing in this institution called marriage. They said marriage is not important now because they have seen so many failures in marriage, and people divorcing after 1 year or 2 years or 3 years, and so. So
see, this is a very, very, very vast topic. Why do marriages fail is another topic altogether. But see, people who get married obviously believe in the institution. That is why they are getting married. So then it's.
So why I'm asking you this is because you have been successfully married for 30 years now.
30 years?
More than 30?
No.
Then?
Very much less.
Less? Okay, lesser. Okay, so but you have been staying with this single man for all these 20 years or whatever. So how does it work then? Then what advice you would give? Why, obviously you and Ansem must be having differences, and both are different personalities, completely different backgrounds, but you stayed together and very peaceful and very content life. So how does this people learn from your life? That's what I'm saying.
See, we both got married quite late.
Okay.
By society standards.
Right.
Yeah. By Indian society standards, we got married quite late. We were already, our own people by then.
Yeah.
So,
true.
At that stage, when you're a little more mature and you come together, and you know that you have to make it work. It's got to be for life. It's not some experiment. So you make that effort, and it's not easy. It's not easy at all. Whatever people say, it's difficult for two people to actually live together. You have completely different conditionings. You've been brought up in different ways. Especially like us, it's not even that our cultures were the same.
Absolutely right.
Yeah. So, but you have to make that effort to overcome. If you've decided to get married and you want to make a go of it, you can. If you've decided that it's just an experiment, and okay, tomorrow if it doesn't work, we get on with it. But again, everybody's motivations are different. And what you said, nowadays people don't want to get married, which is fine. I mean, it's a man-made institution, no?
Right. Right. So that's what I want to
Yeah.
come to.
If there are youngsters who feel that they're committed enough and they don't want a piece of paper to say they're not married, but they have a commitment to their relationship,
Right.
then why not? I know that there are youngsters who are having children even though they're not married, but they have that commitment that we are going to raise a child together. It doesn't matter that we didn't do the Saat Feras or whatever. We're okay. It's fine. It's a man-made institution finally.
True.
Yeah.
True. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, you have experienced this life as a journalism as a journalist. Okay, so whose life you would like to experience if given chance?
No one's.
No one's.
I'm not meant to experience anyone else's life.
Right.
I'm here to experience my own life and what I make of it.
Okay. So what's your life funda like? Like, why do we come and why you have to experience this life and I have to go through a different kind of life? See, we are from the same timeline,
Yeah.
let's say, but we live differently. So what must be the whole equation about this? Life after death, do you believe in that?
Definitely.
Yeah. So do you believe in reincarnation also?
Definitely. There has to be some meaning to it. I mean,
All right.
it's not some arbitrary construction that everybody just comes along, does what they want, edits Society magazine, and you're gone tomorrow for what? I mean,
Right.
there was something before we came here and there is going to be something beyond. So I believe that I'm here to do something, I'm here to play a certain role.
Right.
I may not know what it is, I still don't know maybe what it is, or whether I'm doing it right. But I have to do what I have to do, not what somebody else has done well or very badly. That's not my problem. My problem is, what am I doing here? Am I doing it right? Am I doing a good enough job of it?
Right. So are you satisfied with your life? Whatever you have done and
Yes, I have no regrets.
no regrets?
No regrets.
Anything you want to do in future, like, what are your goals?
I have no goals.
No? You never had any goals
I
in your
never
life?
had any
You
goals.
just did whatever came your way?
Yeah, I just went with the flow.
Oh, how beautiful is that?
Yeah, but it came, maybe initially I did certain things that, like I said, wrong place at the wrong time. I was there and things happened to me and, okay, I just went with the flow. Maybe I was meant to do it. But, I don't know. I've never felt that I must do this with my life and I must do that with my life. I just want to be happy going with the flow. There was a time when I was pretty unhappy with what I was doing, and then one fine day I just let go. I said, I just let the universe do what it wants with me. And that was the time things started moving for me. So I was at a very stagnant period in my job. I felt I was going nowhere. Things were not happening for whatever reason, for whatever the circumstances of my job. And I just got fed up and I just said, okay, I'm going to just let go. Let the universe do what it wants with me. And that's when I actually let go, when I was not controlling my life anymore, things began to happen.
Wow, it's so beautiful. So do you feel like these were the lessons you have come here to learn? This is one of the most important lessons, let it go?
Yeah, let it go, give up control, give up the urge to control everything in your life and everything in everyone else's life around you.
How wonderful is that?
It's very difficult.
It's very difficult, but how well said, and it is so perfect. So this is the kind of lesson you got. So
yeah, this is what I'm over the years, this is what I've learned. Then don't try to control your life or most especially don't try to control the lives of others around you. However close you may be to them. Because let them make their own life choices, let them make their own mistakes, let them get their own successes. Why should you control it? You have your own life.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love you for that. It's one of the beautiful lessons I've got in my life, of course. And it's so wonderful.
Yeah. No, it took me a long time, but I came to that realization and truly, I think I'm at a happier space after I gave up that urge to control. It happens, whether you're in a family situation, in a workplace situation. You want to control what others are doing. You want to control what others are thinking. You want to control how others are behaving. It may be conscious, it may be subconscious.
Yes.
You may not realize you're doing it, but we are all controlling. And when you realize that and you give up that need to control,
Wow.
it's such a happy, wonderful space.
It's wonderful space.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
lovely.
go with the flow and do.
Lovely, brilliant. So, Ash, what would be your closing lines?
My closing lines: live and let live.
Oh, the same one.
The same one.
The
That's
same
the
one.
story of my life. No?
Yeah, absolutely. Live and let live.
Yeah, you live the way you want, let others live the way they want, and just try not to judge them for it, for their choices.
For their choices. Lovely. That's freedom to live the way you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Freedom to live, to allow others to live,
Right.
which again sometimes is very difficult.
So whenever we say something like this, it is difficult. Yes, obviously, but we want that change in the society, and that's the way it should move, right?
Yeah.
When we say it, it happens. It happens. So we should.
We hope.
We hope. So with
Yes.
this beautiful note, we hope. Yeah. So we close this, and thank you so much, Ash, for being here, and it was absolutely wonderful talking to you.
Thank you. My pleasure.